Video 3, Unit 8. Assalamu alaikum, my dear all students. Today I am going to discuss, that is Unit number 8, the Beauty of Kashmir. Let's look at the objective of this lesson. Illustrate the use of some words showing position. Before going to that one, look at your book on page number 83. We need to read and practice the given dialogues. Listening and speaking is very much important. How we can express and how we can express our views to others. This is very important. In your book on page number 83, I'm going to speak that one, what is already have written, the dialogue between a teacher and Salman. Teacher, Bisma, bring your notebook to me. Salman, ma'am, should I bring my notebook first? Teacher, no, I will call you one by one. You have to wait your turn. Salman, okay ma'am. Mother, can you help me in the kitchen? Daughter, sure mom. So this is the way you all need to practice in your home and in your school using these dialogues. It will enhance your obviously English vocabulary and your dialogue ability, how to speak with others. So in your class, perform these dialogue in your class and acting various roles. Do practice it. So this is just an example how you obviously perform some kind of a role, playing any kind of a role using these dialogues. So the next one that is important, these are called phonics. What are these called? Phonics. Phonics means like if I'm saying that and, of, you can see it, and then or, but. What are these? Linking the sentence? Yes. These are the weak forms. Syllables that become unstretched in speech. For example, of, and, or, but. What are these? These are the weak form of syllables that become unstretched in speech. For example, if you are saying any kind of a sentence, that these syllables are not being stressed. I'm writing some examples for you so that you may have a better understanding of it. For example, I'm writing here black and white. I'm not stressing on this part, black and white, but it provides a linkage between the words in a given sentence. These are called the phonics, are called the weak forms of syllables. Look at another example. But. Why not today? But. I'm not stressing on this word, but it gives a linkage. It's called a weak form of syllable. See this. He is a friend of my mother. He is a friend of my mother. Of. This is called a weak form of syllable. These are called phonics. Whenever we obviously pronounce these words, we are not stressing on these weak forms. We are just go through. So these are called the weak forms of syllables. Now move to that another important part of grammar we are going to discuss now. That is, you can see on the board, students, regular and irregular verbs. Before going to discuss, let me tell you what are irregular form of verbs and what are regular form of verbs. Regular form of verbs are those with usual simple past and past participle forms. They have simple past and past participle forms by ending with D or ED. For example, as you can see this one, regular verbs, this is the base verb. Bless, this is a base form of verb. Now I am going to make this into a past and past participle. See that some regular form of verbs are just ending with ed. See this? Blessed and blessed. Now you can see celebrate. This is called a regular form of verb ending with ed. Sally berated. Sally berated. Listen students, the past and the participle will be the same for the regular form of verb. They are not changed, they are the same one. And they are just having a difference by ending the base form with D or ED. It's just a difference of it. Excite is a base form. I'm making that one. Excited. Past participle. Excited. So this is the rule for regular verbs. When we are changing the regular verbs, just ending with D and ED. Now move towards irregular form of verbs. What are irregular form of verbs? Which have some or different present and past tense forms. In irregular forms, they have different past and present tense forms. Look at it, they do not follow any rule. For example, in front of you, there are three base of forms and this is called an irregular form of, these are irregular verbs. Irregular base verbs. Now I'm going to change into past and past participle. I'm going to blow, blew, blown. See this? They are not same. They are different. Write, wrote, ridden. Catch, caught, caught. So students, these are the irregular verbs that have the past and past participles are not the same. They are different. They have the different past and past participles. But when we are talking about the base regular verbs, they have the past and past participles remains the same one. Just have a change ending with D and ED with the base form of the verb. So this is about the regular and irregular verbs. Now in your book, on page number 84, you can see in 4 parts, write the past and past participle forms of each verb given below. This is, I'm making this already, make this. I already have made this. Now I'm going to write that one, the past and past participle. Now first thing we need to remember is that one, we need to look at that one. Either this base form is a regular verb or an irregular verb. This is a point that need to be catch. Grant. That is the past changing with granted. It means that it is a regular form of base verb. I'm changing grant into granted. Past participle, we know that it is the same one. So I'm writing the past participle, the same one. Grant, granted, granted. Now see. Have you ever read about seed? Is it? No. They have this C is an irregular form of base form of verb. Now I'm changing that one. See, saw, seen. Now look at this. Break. Break is an irregular form of verb. I'm going to change that one into past and past participle. Broke, broken. So students, in this way, we change the regular form of verbs and irregular form of verbs into past and past participles form. I hope you have an understanding about it. Now, in this question number 5, there is question number 6, that is choose at least 6 verbs from the lesson and make their present past participles. I just have collected the few ones. You all need to read this whole unit and find that one. Show. Show means it's a regular showed and showed. Love. Change not one. Loved. Loved. Speak. Speak is an irregular form of verb. Speak, spoke, spoken. Spent is also an irregular form of verb. I'm going to change that one. Spent and spent. So in this way, we can change these regular and irregular forms into past and past participles. So this is all about the today's lesson. I hope this is quite useful for this, and you will get quite clear concepts about this one. We have discussed, let me revise again that one. We have discussed about the listening and the speaking skills, how we can persuade in a dialogue form, and how we play the roles using these dialogues. We should have to practice at your home, in your classrooms, along with your friends. Now, then we discussed about the phonics, the weak forms, we discussed about it. And after that, we discussed about the regular and irregular forms. I hope this video will be quite helpful for you. Consult your teacher and parents if you have any problem. Thank you very much.